you can change. You don't have to. I mean, no offense to garbage men, but if your dad, is a garbage guy and he likes to pick up the trash every day and help comfort the people with that, doesn't mean that's what you have to do. It doesn't mean that's what you have to do. You could do something else, right? So I love that statement. Thank you so much, Yvette, for that. Welcome, Yvette. Wow, there's so many people that have joined us. Wallace, good to see you. Welcome. Nicole says your why is consistent motivation. That's right, Nicole. Thank you so much. Welcome to our call. My goodness, we have so many people here. All right. So what I'm gonna do is, first of all, I want to challenge you all to put your questions in the chat. Okay, put your questions in the chat, and here's what you're going to do. You're going to put the word question first, and then put your question. Okay, and let us answer your question today. Okay, we still have time. All right, so I want to challenge you guys. I want to see who's going to do that first. Question, and then put your question, and we will answer your question live. All right. So let's see. I think we have our another speaker that just joined us. Hopefully, we'll be able to hear him. Let's see. He's coming all the way from Nigeria and West Africa. So, Zion, if you're able to speak, can you just say hi so we can hear you? Unmute yourself. You're muted. Okay. I think he's trying to work on that. But he is Mr. Positivity. He helps people all over the world with positive messages. So when he's able to unmute, I will let him speak, obviously. All right. So let's do this and answer a few questions, because I know there are already some questions here, and we're gonna go to okay. All right, this one has to do with money. This is actually perfect for Leah. And I'm gonna click on it, and she says, if a person's beliefs about money are limiting, if they have limited beliefs about money, what advice do you give to them? Okay, well, hey, that's a good question. That's a good question. I think Leah is the best person on the panel to discuss that. So Leah, can you handle that question, and before we get to the rest? Thank you.
Well, I'll do my very best. Great question, Ms. Coral. And most of us do have limiting things, beliefs about money. It's handed down to us through generations. We've heard that money doesn't grow on trees. And oftentimes when I meet with a client, the first thing they do is they have the Goonie effect. Have any of you, I'm dating myself, that's okay. Maybe you've never seen this movie. If you haven't, please see it. But they ask the little boy, tell us everything. And he says, tell you everything. They're like, yes. He's trying to escape, right? And he tells them, well, when I was in third grade, I, cheated on my homework. When I was in fourth grade, I played hooky from school and all these things. And a lot of times when I meet with people, they just download everything that they have done wrong in their financial life. They didn't buy this at the right time. They didn't sell this at the right time. I say the first thing we have to do is we have to push the restart button. We have to forgive ourselves for whatever did or didn't go right and start over today. Even just get a little button, push it, because you can absolutely change your financial future no matter where you're starting. I help people go from 0 to hero. Not because I'm so great, but because it's, like I said in the beginning, it's already in them. Your greatness is already in you. You just need permission to step into that. I hope that gives you some golden nuggets, Ms. Coral, but I want to hear what Godfather has to say about this question.
We will have weird beliefs about money. I agree with you, Queen Leah, on that one. Alas, look, the simple fact is what we think, what we believe is what's going to become our reality. And many people are afraid to aim high. That's a problem I see. It's more comfortable to sit down and say, okay, I don't care about money. I care about everything else apart from money. You're not going to have any money if that's the case, right? You're just not. It's much more beneficial to be brave and say, I live in a world of abundance. There is enough money for all of us, and there's no reason why I can't build wealth myself. That's what Queen Leah will tell you, right? And that's a fact. So If you've got limiting beliefs, and these limiting beliefs show up in different ways. For me, it was I don't need to charge any. I don't need to charge more. I'm all right charging peanuts, and all that does is going to make me bankrupt. Let's be clear, right? I'm saying, let's be honest with ourselves. Let's accept that making money is one of life's greatest pleasures, because it's not about money. It's about your service to people. You serve them, they'll pay you, right? Let's work on serving more and taking the blessings that come with serving people. That's usually money, right? And if you serve people the correct way, they will pay you more than you ever expect to earn. And that's the goal in life, right? That's the thing we have to do. Eric, I wonder
Awesome.
what you have to add to this, my friend.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Great question, Carl. The reason why a lot of people never make the kind of money they should is because of their mindset. Is because of how they think. It's not because they don't have what it takes. They have what it takes, right? So some people just think money is bad, right? I saw a sign once. I was driving. I saw the sign, and a big sign says, "I hate rich people." And when I saw that sign, I said to myself, "Wow, the person who wrote that sign will never be wealthy. Their children probably will never be wealthy. Their grandchildren will probably never be wealthy because they believe that there's something wrong with making money, right? So they already have that mindset. Nothing anybody can do about that, right? A lot of times it comes from your background, maybe the people that you were grown up with, right? If you come from a poor family, you think you're supposed to be poor for the rest of your life. No. Do you know that most of the people in the 400 richest people in America did not come from a wealthy family? They created wealth, right? It's more common for people like me or you to go out and make millions than someone like Walmart's children or grandchildren to go out and make millions. They don't need to. There's no passion there. It's like we were born with it. People that aren't born with it are the ones that usually go and do it, right. So think about that, right? And always remember that what you do, if you're helping people, you deserve to make money. There's nothing wrong with it. You deserve to make money. I sometimes I ask people, so what's your money goal? What? Oh, you have the goal, or you won't make anything, like Annie said, and you'll quit. And then when you quit, you're not gonna help anybody. Right. So you still have to have a money goal. Absolutely, absolutely. All right, so let's keep going. Someone sent me a message and said, I never said what I do for a living. That's true. Okay, let me share that. I guess I'm just focused on trying to help you all. Okay. So I am the founder and CEO of studiospeaking.com. Studiospeaking.com is the number one platform, the number one stage in the world for speakers, coaches, and authors to share their expertise and monetize their message. Okay. We are growing fast. It's funny because we sold out our next event, and then we have another one in the fall. So that's almost sold out. We need like 3 people. So the reason why we're selling out so fast is because our speakers and coaches and authors are getting so much value from speaking on our stage. One lady called me and she said that when after she spoke on my stage, she got 4 speaking engagements. Four people told her to come on their stages to speak about what she does. She says she sold her. She has a global coaching program. She sold 3 of those global coaching programs, right? Which is high ticket, a lot of money, right? And then she told me that she sold over 300 of her books as well. So she was so excited. She asked me if she can come back. So now she signed up and she's going to be coming back to speak on the stage again. All right. So that's just one of the amazing stories we have. We have over 41 testimonials on our site. Just go to studiospeaking.com. Carl just put it in the chat. You'll find a 4-minute video. It'll tell you all about what we do. Okay. Studiospeaking.com. All right. So that's one of the things I do. And that also, if you want to come to the events like on Zoom for free, that's easy, right? All you have to do is join the email list and you'll be able to do that. The best way to join the email list is to download my ebook. You download my ebook, you're going to get the ebook, and then you're going to get messages, emails. We almost send messages now almost every other day, giving you advice on speaking, on sales, on personal development. We're even adding some more things because I just want to give people value every day, 365. I want to give people value every day, right? So you're going to get that. So if you want to be able to download the ebook will give you 100 ways to market your business. Go to successwitheric.com/1 100. So the number 100. Okay. Success with Eric. Eric is with a C. Successwitheric.com/100. And you will get my like it took me a long time to put this together, but 100 ways to market your business. And you'll get advice every day or every other day on your business for free. Right. So download that. Call if you can help me put that in the chat. All right. So let's try again. Zan, are you able to unmute? Let's try again. If let me know if you're able to unmute, because I can't do it here. You would have to do it. I cannot do it from here. Let's see if you're able to unmute. Okay. All right. So far, I don't think he's able to unmute. Okay. All right. So let us know. Just jump in when you're able to unmute, and we appreciate you being here. All right. So let's get to more questions. Oh, welcome, Sean. I see you, Sean. Good to see you. Good to see you, Sean. Awesome, Nicole. Good to see you. Howdy. Sean says, "Howdy, fam." howdy back to you. All right. Welcome. Paul Clayton is in the house. Yes. Generational curse. If you think money is bad as something that is a learned, that's something that's a learned thing. That's right. Wyma is here. Good to see you. Wow, we got so many people on the call. This is amazing. Okay, awesome. Okay, so let's see. I know I had another question. I'm still challenging you guys. Put a question in there, but I know we had another question from Coral. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so let's say she said, now that you have unlimited financial security, how do you choose to spend your time? Okay, how do you choose to spend your time? All right, so I don't know if, I think that's a question for everybody generally, but let me see if I can pose a question to my speakers. Okay, here's one. Okay. Okay, so if your personal beliefs about, okay, no, that's what I think we talked about that. Okay. One second. I think I clicked on the wrong one.
Carl had one. If your income is staying the same.
Yeah, something. Yeah, I did see that. If your income is status, if your income. Okay, there we go. Yes. If your income stayed the same, what part of your work would you change first? That's good. Yes. If your income stayed the same, what would you change? In other words, that would be your passion, right? Okay. So I'll let Miss Leah handle that.
Yeah, that's a great question, Miss Coral. And I would say it actually, in my humble opinion, it's not probably the work you're doing. It probably has to do with your identity. And Paul alluded to this, sometimes it's about what we're thinking about already. We got to flip the script from generational poverty into generational prosperity. So one of the things you can do to increase your identity is to keep the word that you promised yourself. Keep those promises. If you said that you're going to be here every single Monday with us, then keep that promise. If you say you're going to get up and go to the gym, keep that promise. Because when we break our promises, even though other people don't know it, it lowers our identity because we can't trust ourselves. I know that's deep. Hopefully that helps. But Godfather, what can you share about this incredible question?
Yes, I love this question. I think it's probably one of the foundations of life that many people just miss, right? I've got a list in front of me of my bills I got to pay every month. And when I created that list, it dawned on me that we're trying to play two games at once. We're trying to outrun our expenses by earning more. Then you realize, what if I cut my expenses? That's the trick, really, Cole. That we need to cut our expenses and cut the waste. Then I think that will put you in a whole different place, put me in a whole different place. So from there, then what you earn then becomes more valuable. You see, the ability to cut our outgoings, control our costs, is under our control. And that is something that we can all do. When we make that choice, it's easier than we think because we've made the choice and commit to it. Making more money is, of course, it's a great thing. Of course it is. But there's no guarantee that's going to happen, right? The only guarantee that we have in life is that we can control our costs. So what I would do is cut the cost first. That's why I started, and everything else just works better from there. Now, I wonder what you think, Eric. How do you do it?
Great question. Thank you so much, Carl. Thank you so much. For me, it's all about doing more for more people. Like one thing I know that helps people are the videos I create, and sometimes I don't have as much time that I want to do some them. So if I had more time, that's what I'll do. I'll just create more videos for more people because that helps everybody, whether people pay me or not. Right? They're able to get value, and I get emails and messages almost every day, like, "Oh, your video helped me out." So that's what I'll do. I'll just do more videos to help more people. Because the more you do that, the more you get to people you've never seen, people that you never thought you could even help, right? And that really helps everybody. So thank you for that question. Great question. All right. So we have another question here. Let's see. How did you learn to connect your purpose to your ability to create market value? So, okay. So that's specifically for our speakers today. How did you learn to connect your purpose, what your purpose is, to to your ability to create market value to help people? So let's go with Queen Leah first, and then we'll go to everybody else.
Wow, that is a great question. And this is what I would share about that is that even as a little girl, I grew up on food stamps and welfare, like poverty, wrong side of the tracks. And I always wanted more. I always believed that I could have more. I always wanted to be wealthy. I know that might sound a little bit different to some people, but truly, and I don't know that I ever thought about connecting to the market. I just truly believe that that was what I was meant to be. Like when I found this career, it made sense to me. It made total sense to me because I truly believe that wherever you are, you're the one that is supposed to, you're the perfect person to go back and help the people that you used to be. I believe that I'm the perfect person to help people who are struggling with their finances because I've been there. I know what it feels like. So I don't know that I thought about market value. I just started speaking my voice. And then Mr. Eric, he told me how to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't know how that all started, but anyway, Godfather, what can you share about this incredible question?
Again, another great question, truly amazing question. Look, I remember when I was a kid as well, Queen Leah, my thing was to own a street full of houses. I don't know why. I just wanted to own real estate. And I left that. So it's not I left. There's ways that mindset works, my friends, and this is why we have mindset coaches. Why we have coaches, full stop, right? There's ways that our minds work. I think for me, it was about belief that it's going to happen. That's the same as I do in business today, right? You set big goals. You never know how you're going to get there at all. Market value is not really a thing you think about, right? But you know what you want to achieve. And the thing that I've learned looking back now from where I am today is simply take the first step and walk through the door in front of you. Start there. So when we're kids, Queen Leah, the simple thing we had to do was called go to school. Go to school, get educated, pass, work hard at school. Work hard at building relationships that with the people around you, and then from there, more doors open. We're never going to know from today, Natasha, where the end is. We've got this delusion that we do know what's going to happen. Detailed plans, no, less of that. Look, we'll take the first step today, and tomorrow another door opens, and then we'll take that. Then we'll go through that door. Back to our point of the conversation today. If you know your why, then those doors suddenly look recognizable. They make sense. You see what's right for you, what's not right for you. And over time, keep serving people. you will get the money. They will help. That's how you create market value, right? So be of service. As Eric said, the more you serve people, the more they will pay you. That's how life works. Eric, please, you know,
you
wrap it
so
all up
much.
for us.
Thank you so much. Service to many leads to greatness. Write that down somewhere in your notes. Service to many leads to greatness. I heard that Jim Rome said that when I was in my 20s. He probably said that even before. And when I was a kid, since everybody's talking about their story when they were a kid, I got mine too, right? When I was a kid, my dad was a real estate broker. So he had this big company, and people came down. That he trained realtors on selling houses, right? Um, and um, and I noticed that they would get him gifts, right? So they would buy gift because he changed people's lives. Someone that didn't have a wasn't making much money at their job got in business with him, started selling houses, and started getting big paychecks. And they would give him gifts. And the gifts, a lot of them is like food and baskets full of stuff. And we used to be the ones to enjoy the gifts. So I said to my dad, I said, well, so dad, when I grow older like you, I want to do something where they can give me gifts too. And he said, well, if you want gifts and if you want money and if you want all the good trappings of life, you have to do something that helps people. Okay, that helps people. So some of you know I got into sales, and I got into sales. I like to sell products that help people. And then after doing that for corporate for many years, then I become an entrepreneur. And I learned that a lot of entrepreneurs don't know how to sell their offers, right, without being pushy. So I said, okay, you know what I'm gonna help them to sell their offers, and that's how I'm gonna make money. And that's what I did, right? So I helped them to make money for their families, and then I was blessed with more money. Then then I heard about this studio speaking concept right after COVID, right? Tony Robbins had a studio, and I wanted to speak on the studio, but then they told me that, hey, he only brings his friends out over there. He doesn't just bring random people. And I thought to myself, wait a minute, a lot of people would love this because I love this. So, how can I help more people? If you help enough people get what they want, you'll have everything you want. So I started studiospeaking.com, and I gave people that benefit that I was looking for, and it exploded. And then within a year and a half, we had 30 something testimonials on our site. No one, I mean, people say they've never seen that before, right? Again, helping people. And guess what? I get gifts all the time. People send me gifts. I'm like, oh my God, this is what my dad was getting, gifts. So it works. It works, right? So as Annie said, you don't focus on market value really. You just focus on how can I help people, and that will help you, and it's mutually beneficial. Okay. Yeah. So, great question. Great question. Thank you, Natasha, for that. I want to get to this question before I forget. And by the way, guys, I look, we can't just breeze over. Leah Garcia went from food stamps to helping people change their family tree. Isn't that amazing, guys? That's just amazing. Like, put an emoji in the chat. Maybe fire or heart or something. That's amazing. Like, think about that. What's your excuse? What's your excuse? Food stamps, where you're just like, okay, this is how much I'm gonna get this month, and then when I get the next month, I'll get the same thing, and this is what we're limited to. And she turned it around 180 degrees. And not only did she become successful in her business, but she's helping people have generational financial success. Wow. So guys, you need to put something in the chat. Okay. Whatever it is, right? Clap, emojis, whatever. So that's awesome. I don't want to breeze through that. That's very important. And that shows you guys that anything's possible. Anything's possible if you believe. Okay. Jay, my good friend Jay Pascal said, let's see. Okay, this was not actually his question. He had questions though. My parents were out of the range of government assistance, so there were a lot of days. Ramen, yes, ramen noodles and mayonnaise sandwich. Exactly, very good. But you actually had a question. Hold on a second. That's not what I want to highlight. Let's see. I believe if you guys see his question, let me know. I know he had a question. Jay Pasquale. Okay. Wow, I know he had a question. I thought I saw it. Okay, but if you guys see his question, let me know. Let me go to the next question. Give me 1 second, folks. I know he had a question. Okay. All right. I know there was a question there somewhere. Leah. Oh, Leah, do you see it? Oh, because I thought I put you. Okay. Okay. Hold on one second. Oh, here we go. I found it. You see what happens when you have too many people on the Zoom? We got thousands of people all over the world, and I don't know. I can't even find this stuff anymore. This is a good problem. When we started, there was one person that came to our calls. I could find whatever I wanted really quickly with one person. So Jay said, as a startup entrepreneur. So we're gonna this is our last question. We're gonna answer this, and so we can jump off, so everybody can go to work, go to school, do whatever you need to do. As a startup entrepreneur, there can be a lot of ebb and flow. How do you deal with the ebb and flow of being an entrepreneur? Excellent question. Leah Garcia, you can take a stab at it first.
Excellent question. So you don't want to be this kind of entrepreneur, right? The fix that just kind of flatline. You don't want to be this kind of entrepreneur where it's up and down like the stock market, all unpredictable. You want to be an index entrepreneur where you go up and then maybe have a little bit, you kind of coast a little bit and you go to the next one. So this is what I would say is that never get too high in the highs, never get too low on the lows, because reality is somewhere right in the middle. When things go well, don't take a month off and celebrate. When things are going bad, don't sit there and cry and sing the "Everyone Hates Me" song, right, Jackie? I don't know where Jackie is. She's here. But you know what? Reality is somewhere in the middle. Modulate your emotions. Never get too emotional. What do you say about this question, Godfather?
Okay, I think he froze. I think he froze. Okay, so how to deal with the ebb and flows, and and we talk about this sometimes. For me, what really helped me is being in an environment of people that have what I want, or going through what I'm going through, masterminds and events where other people. By the way, I'm coming up with something soon. Coming up with something soon that will help people with this. All of y'all, whether you can speak or not. So that's on the horizon. But yeah, being around people that are already doing it, uh, as an entrepreneur, it's very lonely because a lot of us, maybe either we don't come up from a family of entrepreneurs. Like for me, my father passed away. Nobody else can teach me that in my family, right? But when you're around people that do what you do, or accomplishing what you want to accomplish, it makes it easier, right? So I'll tell you a story real quick. When I wanted to write a book. I want to write a book. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to start. And then I joined a group of authors, and I would get on this Zoom call, and people were like, "Hey guys, I just sold 77 books at my last event." Another guy would say, "Hey, I became a best-selling author last night," and I'm hearing all these stories and testimonials, and I'm like, "Wow, maybe I can do it," right? And then I wrote this book, The Home Business Boom, in 2028, became a bestseller, sold thousands of copies, right? Because I was in an environment of people that did that, right? Just go, yeah, go on. By the way, you can go on Amazon and pick it up. Yeah, you can do that. You can do that, right? It helps you build multiple businesses from home. But my point is, I was around people, right? If I wasn't, trust me, this would never come out. This would never, because I didn't know you need to hire someone to do this. Someone did this, create this. I didn't know you need to hire someone to do this little barcode here. I didn't know that. I didn't know you have to format the whole book so it can fit on Amazon, right? And he's probably saying, "Yep, you got to do all of that," right? I didn't know any of it, right? But I was able to do it because I was around the right people. So that's what I would say. So Annie, go ahead, answer. You can
Yeah,
answer that question. We got like 1 or 2 minutes. Go ahead.
yeah. So my tech decided to play up. Look, I like the ed part. That's what we're focused on. Look, for me, it's a realization that business is not easy. Challenges come every day, and for me, it is a call to get better. What's that saying? Don't hope life gets easier. Hope that you get better. And that's what's on all of us, right? Things happen every day, and we must just calm. Quilia said emotional regulation, and deal with each thing at a time. Some things are lessons we need to learn. Some things are changes we need to make to our business, to our process. I'm saying, let's not get into, oh, it's all gone wrong. It hasn't all gone wrong. This is life. This is business. Things will happen. We just got to deal with them calmly and in a way that truly moves us forward. That's my personal take.
Awesome. Thank you so much. In the last 3 minutes, I want to acknowledge Zion Anaguru. He's been trying to get in. He's been trying to get into the call, but because of technical issues, I think there's a storm over there. Follow him. His name is Zion Anaguru. You'll see him on the on the flyer that we created. Follow him. There's a reason he has over 30,000 followers, because he's helping a lot of people. Okay, to stay positive in a negative world. Right. Follow him, learn more about him, connect with him, so you can learn from him as well, because we all do. He's an incredible young man. I wish I knew half as much as he knew when I was his age. When I was his age, my knowledge came afterwards. So yeah, Zion Anaguru is, if Carl, if you can put his information in the chat too, so people can follow him. All right. We have 2 minutes. And I want to, there's a lady, Dr. Marcia, that put a comment in the chat, and I just think it's so profound. We're going to end with your comment, Dr. Marcia. We're going to end with your comment today. It is so profound. I'll say, okay, know who you are, examine what you're good at, what you love to do. What do you do naturally, almost without effort, that brings you and others joy and solves problems? Ask God for clarity, confirm it, and step into your purpose. I love that. I love that, Dr. Marcia. So that's what we're going to close with today. We appreciate you. We want everybody to promise this one thing, that you take this link of this video and share it on your social media. Okay. If you're on LinkedIn, just repost. Say, hey guys, I just listened to an amazing call this morning at 7 a.m. and I want you guys to learn from it. Share this, share it on Facebook, Instagram, wherever you are. You want to share this video with everybody. I mean, did you get value? If you got value, then you want to share it, right? You want to share it. If you're here live, put in #live. If you're hearing on replay, #replay. We appreciate all of you, and we'll see you same time, same place, 7 a.m. Eastern time, Monday morning. We are here for you. It has been a pleasing pleasure, as well as a privilege, to be here with you this morning. Make it a great day, make it a great week, make it a great month, and make it a great year. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Bye, everyone.